America, the land where eagles soar, and the mountains cascade to the seas. From the rocky coast to the great Northwest, to the dark blue waters of the Atlantic Ocean, and all the states in between. Welcome, as American Builder Productions presents the American Builder television program.
Welcome to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Located at the junction of the Cumberland Plateau and the southeastern Appalachians, Chattanooga has become a retreat for those who love spending time outdoors. Whether you're into hunting, fishing, hiking, running, biking, or rock climbing, Chattanooga has an adventure in store for you. Today, we'd like to introduce you to Gus Issa and the team behind GT Issa Construction. We have a feeling Gus may be the perfect home builder to talk to when you're building your custom dream home.
I kind of grew up in the industry. My parents, my uncle, they did a lot of strip malls, shopping complexes, office complex, things of that nature, and really kind of enjoyed doing that, taking a look from the outside, and just learned a little bit from them. And at the same time, I was, had a lot of interest in it and was very handy and did a lot of things myself as well. So kind of got me into that. Later on, I realized that's a little not really what I wanted to do. I have more interest in working with people, and homes, they're just so much nicer to do. There's a lot of attention to detail. There's a lot of things that just make it fun, and I enjoy my job, and that's a big part of it. I think that's why we're very successful. I started GT Issa Construction about 12 or 13 years ago. I started on my own. It was a little nerve-wracking at the very time because I'd been working with my family in the commercial end of it. But like I said, I think the home building was a passion for me, so I took a gamble and I built a home, and I sold it before I finished it. And I started a couple of more homes, and I sold them before I finished them, and then it just became a snowball effect. I slowly left them and started doing things on my own, and then decided that it was just time to move on. I think the time that I decided that I was good at this and this is what I wanted to do, I enjoyed it, but for me it was a gamble. I'd already had a safe job, and I thought that was the way to go, but by the time I built my third home, I had people fighting over that home. So for me, that was just reassurance that this is what I needed to do and this is what I wanted to do, and the fact that I enjoyed it just made it that much better. In construction, every day you have challenges. Part of this job is all these homes are different. They're being built in different areas, on different sites, and you have different types of customers, so you have a multitude of challenges every day. I think some of the toughest challenges I ever had was maybe early on when I started construction, and there was just a fear there of, are we making the right decisions and doing the right things? But I think we grew out of that pretty quickly and realized this is what we needed to do, and we moved forward. So, when you're building homes for people and you're putting your name on them, that's just really, for us, it's huge. So in our industry, there are so many things that can go right or wrong, and I tell people we're not perfect, but we do our best always, and if there is ever an issue, we go back and always make it right. And I think that gives them real reassurance. And not all buyers are easy to deal with, but it's the honest truth, but we work well with them regardless. At the end of the day, we want to always make sure that they're happy, regardless of, how it happened. If there was ever an issue, we go out of our way to try to make people happy, and we have something on our website called Starting the Conversation that we started a few years back that's been huge for us, that lets people really kind of fill out what they're looking for, including price point, which again is key for most people. They want to stay within budget. And when I reach back out to them, I have a very good idea of what they are looking for in a home. And I usually send them plans that fit those types of needs and then bring them in shortly after to discuss those home plans and kind of figure out which one really makes the most sense for them. Whether it be size, whether it be finish, whether it be location. There's just a multitude of questions that have to be answered. But I think once we get them here and go over all their concerns, go over all the things that they need, we figure it out pretty quickly and lead them in the right direction. And that's our job. You know, we are here to advise them. We are here to make sure that at the end of the day, what they're envisioning is what they're truly getting. We have homeowners that know exactly what they want from the minute they step in here, and that does make the process easier. And then we have homeowners that really they're a little lost when they come in here, and we've got to get them going in the right direction, and we kind of stand with them till the process is completely done, and I think that gives them huge reassurance. So I think that's a huge factor for us as well.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to hear from the team behind GT Issa Construction when American Builder returns. Welcome back to the adventurous land of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Before the break, we met Gus Issa and heard about how he began his career as a custom home builder. Now, we want to hear from the team behind GT Issa Construction.
I want to tell you a little bit about my team. I've got two fabulous supervisors who grew up in this industry as well. They are out on the field every single day overseeing many jobs, and it is their job to coordinate from day one, the home start, till the home finish, even through the final walk.
I'm gonna need a 39-inch header. 2 times.
It's a big responsibility, but these are guys that have worked with me for an extended period of time, and those are guys that just know a little bit about everything, and this is pretty much all they've done, so it gives them really an advantage. I've got two young ladies that work in the office with me. The first one that came along, her name is Laura. She's fantastic. She's kind of our boss here, and she runs the show a little bit.
I'm here 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I check emails, I pull invoices, I'm responsible for paying checks. I do anything that the two supervisors, John and John, or Gus, ask for me to do.
All you should be paying is the trim out, I believe. It's been a huge change. She's made things a lot easier for me. You know, everything kind of runs through her, so she is kind of my right-hand man or woman. When she first started, it was a little difficult because I don't work very well with people, and she kind of just pushed me out of the way and took over, and you know, she runs this show every day, so it's been really nice to have her. And we've hired another young lady on. Her name is Hope, and she's been here for a short time, but she's had a big effect on us. So. She's here kind of day to day to help me with the customers, help us with designs, help us to hopefully promote and bring future sales and to work with people.
She has began helping us with marketing and also helping the customers pick out colors and options for their home.
So a normal day for me consists of helping in marketing and advertising.
Based on the lighting selections being in nickel, you guys are wanting to switch over to bronze, and I actually have 3 different lighting packages here that would help you with that.
As well as any design selections that we're having to make with customers. So my schedule changes daily, but I kind of like that it's a new, different challenge every day, something exciting. But when I come in, it's what ends need to be tied up and what new ones can I create to start for the next day.
Between the 5 of us, we all cover a lot of different bases and we all help one another. So we've got a really good, solid core team here. And I think at the end of the day, it's going to make a big difference in what the homes will turn out to be because of it. None of this could happen without our subcontractors as well. And we've got a few key subcontractors that have been with us for a very extended period of time. Aztec Contractors being one of those contractors. They're actually one of the first original contractors I began working with and still work with today. Aztec Contractors does a multitude of jobs for us, but they mainly do our sheetrock work, our painting work, and our siding work. They've been a big key to our success. Another one of our key subcontractors is Choo-Choo Materials. Again, a contractor that's been with us pretty much from day one. They also do a lot of different things for us, from gutters to garage doors, bath accessories, shower doors, shelving, and they're really good at what they do as well. Jeff Ramsey has been a huge focal point in our success. He's also an excellent agent. He has been my agent from day one as well. First home we ever listed together, we sold it the very first day we listed it, within 2 hours of listing it. But it's turned into a great friendship, and he's very knowledgeable and he's an excellent agent. And he's the kind of guy that not only makes sure that the homeowners are well taken care of, but he goes out his way to make sure that everybody's happy at all times. Another factor is financing. Financing is key for us, and there is a company locally called Mortgage Investors Group that we've been able to work with on numerous deals. I want to say about half our business goes through Mortgage Investors Group, and Brian Carnegie over at Mortgage Investors Group has been a big factor for us. He's been able to work with people one-on-one and make sure that everyone that we are working with is able to do exactly what they truly want and build the home that they want, and he's been there to help finance it along the way. So he's been a very good tool for us and a very reliable lender.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more GT Issa Construction when American Builder returns. Before the break, we heard from the very talented team at GT Issa Construction. Now, we want to hear from a past client about what makes GT Issa the premier custom home builder of Chattanooga, Tennessee.
We looked at a couple of other neighborhoods, and we went into one of Gus's other neighborhoods and really liked the detail work that he did. He does a lot of nice accents with the moldings and the pillars and the rounded corners, and we love that aspect of his homes.
We are a little different in the way that we can build you anything that you want. We don't have 5 or 6 sets of plans that we want to push on you. We've got several hundred plans. We let people come in. We let them modify them any way they want. And then just sitting down with them, listening to them carefully, seeing exactly what they want and trying to fit it all within their budget as well. That's a huge factor. But once we get them here, we go over plans. There's always 5 or 6 or 7 that they really love, and it takes a little bit of time to figure out which one is really perfect for them for a multitude of reasons, whether it's size or price point or anything like that. Once we get them there, we look at that home and we tweak it to the way that they would prefer to have it. And once we're at that point, we'll discuss numbers, we'll discuss starting dates, we'll discuss a multitude of things and try to get them, on the road into the right direction and starting as quickly as possible.
Working with the team of builders, the supervisor and my husband were both very involved in the process. I would say as far as being involved in the process, my husband was probably a little more involved than I was from the structural standpoint, because he is an engineer. Probably drove Gus crazy a number of times, as well as the supervisor, but I was involved more in the decorating, the choosing of the colors, the design. Again, he was more of the structural, so we were quite involved. Gus was always open to our input, and he worked well with us as far as what we wanted. We were on the same page as far as our choices went. I think we worked well overall.
I think there's a lot of things that makes us stand out. You know, it starts with customer service, attention to detail, working one-on-one with people and reassuring them that what you're doing is going to be exactly what they want. And, you know, building a home is a huge step for most people. It's one of the biggest investments they ever make, and so they have to have confidence in who's building their home, and you have to have a good reputation. So I think that's really key. But for me, I think the attention to detail, the way that we work with people, the way that we make it easy for people. We do a lot of different things to try to make it simple where they're doing nothing but the selection process. We take the finance burden out of the situation. We're big into letting us do everything for you, and we finish it at the end when we close. And most builders aren't that way, that they don't want to kind of put themselves out there, but I think that it makes it a lot easier for people to go that route, because it's so much easier to get a mortgage than it is to go get a construction loan. For people, because they make them jump through a lot of hoops. So it just, for us, it's just about making it easy, simple, and give them what they want.
Well, like any building process, there's a lot involved, and a few headaches here and there, but overall it was fairly smooth. And we worked with him all the way through, and he worked with us. Relatively speaking, having done this a couple of times before, it was one of the smoother times I've had to build.
The one thing that I would want to tell a potential customer about the way that we build homes, if they are truly interested in building a home, is that we are going to walk you through the entire process. We are going to make it as easy as possible, whether it be finding the perfect floor plan, getting you financing, getting you to the closing table, picking selections, everything that you would need, we are going to be here for you, as much or as little as you possibly need. If a client could talk a little bit about an experience that they've had with us, I think that they would be very positive. Building a home is difficult. There's no doubt about it. We try to put as little burden as we possibly can on the homeowner. We want to put all the burden on us and let them deal with just the selection process, which tends to be a lot for most homeowners. They're always afraid of making the wrong decision. This being such a big deal in their life, I think they go in a little nervous, and by the time it's done, they are much more reassured, and they're very relaxed, and they can't wait till they get to the closing day. And I think that we just take the time to pay attention to the little things, and it just makes the big things even better.
Some special things they did for us while building our home were probably the detail work. I keep going back to that. We picked Gus Issa because we, again, like the detail work that he did in his homes. I'd say the top three things that I like about the house are the coffered ceilings. I love the rounded corners that he puts in, which is very unique to most builders. And I like all of the molding that he does. They worked with us as far as putting some extra detail work that wasn't in the original plan. We did flip the house and do some different things from the original. And he does a great job as far as the interior of the homes, and I highly recommend him as a builder, and to come into the neighborhood. It's a beautiful neighborhood. Come to Hawks Landing. I would definitely consider using GTS again. He's been a great builder to work with. He works closely with you, and he was very accommodating as far as what we wanted. He was an easy builder to work with.
For me, the best compliment is when we get to closing and they're talking to their lender or the closing agent and basically telling them how easy we made it on them. I think that they're pleasantly surprised when that day comes, and then, they're also happy. They're very anxious to sign those papers and start moving in, but for us, that's what I want to hear the most, that it was a smooth transition. They're excited to move into their new home. The one thing that I think that we do better than most, and it is key in building homes, is the attention to detail. I think that we go out of our way to pay attention to the little things as well as the big things. And we change it up quite a bit, especially in our own homes that we build for ourselves to sell. And I see a lot of builders in this area do a lot of replicating of what we put up, and there's really not a bigger compliment than that. I enjoy all of it. There are some things that I do enjoy a little bit more than others, but just my job day to day can get a little stressful. We're building a lot of homes for a lot of different people. Just to be able to do what I enjoy, it's very rewarding, and we love building homes. So whether it's for us or for a potential customer, and I think at the end of the day, that's why we're really successful, because we do enjoy what we do. And I think that's key.
When it comes to building homes, Issa Construction offers much more than your standard construction company. Dream homes, great experiences, and helping clients through the construction process every step of the way. That's the guarantee that makes Issa Construction the premier builder in Chattanooga, Tennessee.